Coach, as I kind of mentioned to you over the text, my name is Chris Pena. I'm with Rockwall County Game Day. Obviously, today is a really big day with the UIL realignment coming out. And you guys will be joining District 10 6A, which includes obviously Rockwall Heath, a couple of Mesquite schools, Tyler Legacy, and a school that we're familiar with Royce City. So I guess I would start there, Coach, and get your thoughts on today. Were there any surprises, or did you think that this is how it would play out?
Well, ever since we found out that we were moving up to 6A, we kind of all knew they're going to try to keep the Mesquite schedule together. And knowing that North Mesquite was going to drop down, I figured that we would just replace North Mesquite. I didn't know, everybody was fearful or kind of having Highland Park out there at 6A. You kind of waiting to see where they're going to put them, where Skyline's going to go. Are we going to be a 17 district or an 18 district? But we kind of knew this was going to be the district. So we were kind of preparing ourselves for it the whole time. This is our first year to be 6A. These guys have been doing this for a while. So we're kind of excited now to know that this is where we're going to be, and time for us to go to work.
We are talking with Coach Lester, the head coach of the North Forney Falcons, who is moving from 5A, but not only that, you're moving from Division II 5A, and you're going to have someone that you're familiar with in Royce City, who's kind of in the same boat as you guys. Can you talk about that transition? You skip Division I 5A and you go straight to 6A. Can you talk about that for just a moment?
Well, the biggest adjustment is going to be, man, we played a lot of freshmen this year at 5A D2, and you can get away with that at 5A D2. Now, you can't play that many freshmen that we played in 6A. Not with the district that we're going to be in. The biggest change is just going to be the amount of kids you're going to have on varsity, the amount of kids that you're going to have in your program. Royce City and myself, we're both growing. We're building houses left and right out here. But with growth comes a lot of change, and we're excited about it. Every coach in the state of Texas want to be a 6A coach. I'm blessed to be in a district where they saw this coming, and they're building new facilities and all that. So the facilities are coming. We got the kids. They're going to be young. We're going to have to kind of look out there, man, and kind of get the speed, because what's going to happen is in 6A, you're going to play a guy every Friday that has an offer already. In 5A, man, you're playing a guy that has an offer from a D2 or D3. These guys that we're getting ready to play right now are D1 guys. So the speed of it is going to be a little bit different for my guys. My coaches are there. They're excited. We tried to play some 6As last year, some 5A D1s last year. So that the competition is not going to be new. Just the opponents are going to be different.
And you kind of talked about the younger team and coming up and adding to the roster. When you look at some of the schools and you're setting up your schedule for the year, and you kind of alluded to it about playing some other teams, how do you think you would like to approach the season as it comes, as you get ready for some of the schools that have had some success recently with Rockwall Heath? They've had some good, and you got Mesquite who's coming up, and they've got a good team, I think, that's going to be this year. How do you prepare for that?
Well, you can't, and I hate to say this, I would love to go out and schedule wins, go out and try to find somebody that I know that, we show up, we can beat, and make myself look like a great coach. But when it comes down to it, man, you got to get ready to play district schedule, because, man, you really want to go get out of the district. So my pre-district, we're setting up teams that, they're a 6A or really solid playoff teams that are 5A D1, 5A D2 playoff teams. So you can't go out and schedule weak sisters, expect to play, Rockwall and Tyler Legacy if you're not prepared. And that's what this is all about. That's why you practice every day. That's why you have all season, is to be prepared to put a good program out there on the field every Friday.
I think Royce Cities is familiar with you guys, obviously, but for those in Rockwall that are not familiar with North Forney and yourself and your coaching staff, what can we expect to see, this coming fall?
For us, man, we're really priding ourselves on just be as honest as transparent. You can't hide it because on film, man, we want to just fly around and play physical. So that's kind of what our whole motto is going into off season is that we're going to try to play. We call it Falcon Fast, and that's how we're going to try to approach everything on defense and offense. We're going to line up and snap the ball as fast as we can. I'm not going to hide it. It's not going to be a secret. Like I said, you can watch the games. So that's what you're going to get when you play North Forney is the speed of how we do everything.
Overall, coach, from a school perspective, and it's not going to just be football, it's going to be basketball, volleyball. Overall, your thoughts on just the opportunity that's in front of you as far as a school?
We talked about that. Everybody, first thing first is everybody thinks about football. But when you start going up higher levels, man, you start getting to more of those kids who specialize, the guys that do a lot of club sports. You got to be mindful of your golf team. You got to be mindful of volleyball, and when you get into that, and those sports, again, the rock walls, man, have solid, sports. Volleyball is always solid. Your baseball, man, teams are always going to be solid. So, we can always find guys and put 11 on the football field. We can put 5 and 5 on the court. But the sports that everybody forget about sometimes the competition increases is the tennis, because when you get to 6A, they have the same facility that you have. They have the same, coaches that we have. In some places where, you might not have, or your head soccer coach might be your offensive coordinator from football. But at 6A, these guys are about their sport and about their brand. The parents are also that way as well. So it's not just about what's good for Coach Luster, but I got to be mindful of all my other coaches as well.
100%. Coach, finally, just to kind of wrap things up, nothing really surprised you about the realignment today, I don't think. And it sounds like you guys are ready for this move. If you guys are going to be successful, what's the one thing as a football program, just as an athletic department at North Forney, what would you say that would be?
Well, just be honest up front. We can't. We got away with playing younger guys up front last year. Man, we go into 6A. We got to make sure that those guys up front or some guys. There's some dudes. So that's the biggest difference. Everybody's got that one skill guy that can run fast. We can always throw a ball down the field. But hey, if you ain't got the guys on big guys up front that can hold off the big guys on the other side and vice versa, that's the biggest difference. Going from 5A D2 to 6A is those big boys up front. So we're trying to live in the weight room. We're trying to get stronger. I'm hoping that, man, that one day we'll get a big 6 foot somebody to walk in these doors that moves in. But man, right now we're going to line up and compete with the guys that we have. But that's the biggest difference that we see, and that's what we're telling our kids. You big guys got to come on.
Well, Coach, and I want to ask you one more question, follow up. I'm a big football fan, and especially high school football. I kind of nerd out about it, and I like to look around the state, and that was my job at one time. What is a name or a couple of names on your roster that District 10 6A should know about, or they're going to learn about this coming fall?
Once again, man, we have a quarterback that's getting a lot of interest right now. Michael Phillips is a guy that everybody should know about. We're finding some diamonds in the rough. We have some guys move in. We're hoping that they'll be players. But we got a guy on the basketball court right now. We call him LD. Last name is Jones, and he's a dude. He's a freshman, but he played a lot as a freshman. He's a two-sport star. He's a receiver. He's going to be pretty good. We're still trying to find a back, but one of the guys kind of emerging as our back is Demarie Jones. So those 3 guys right there are different guys, and those 3 guys right there, I think that can compete at the 6A level. After that, we just got some role players that just believe in being a Falcon, and that's kind of exciting right there.
Coach, I appreciate your time. We're talking with the head coach for the North Forney Falcons, Coach Luster. Coach, I really appreciate your time. I look forward to meeting you at the games. If you see us at Royce City, we have our set there that we put on the field, and we do actually a pregame and a halftime show and stuff like that. So I'll be looking out for you to introduce myself this coming fall. I wish you all the best, and congratulations on everything that you guys have built up to this point.
Coach, Chris, I appreciate you, man, calling and reaching out to me and wanting me to do this, man. Class act. I appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. Well, have a great day and good luck with scheduling.
Thanks. I'm going back to it.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.